So, all right, let's jump right into this show today. This is a little bit of it might be a sensitive topic for some of you, depending on where you're at in your recovery from treatment or in your treatment, because it's a hard topic. It's a hard topic. So if you find yourself feeling a little sensitive to it, I just want to kind of lay the ground rules with a couple of things. One is that know that I only come at this and every topic from a place of compassion and understanding, from a place of seeing sticking points in my own experience and my own journey, and of those women that I coach and work with. And so I bring these things up. Sometimes they're a little tough, but if you can move past them, I know from my own experience that it's really freeing. And that's why I talk about it. So kind of keep an open mind and see if it resonates with you. See if you get where I'm coming from. Okay. So this has been coming up a lot lately in coaching calls that I've had, and not just lately. It's a common thing, but I guess that lately it's just been something that I'm more aware of. And I was thinking about this topic, and the other night I was laying in bed. Actually, I was laying in bed and I was just getting ready to fall asleep, and I started thinking about this topic, and I thought, okay, this is really, really interesting because I'm in a position where I can see so clearly how I could make a obviously dramatic change in my life right now. And so I'm going to go into that and tell you about it. So I want to talk about owning very difficult choices when it comes to breast cancer treatment. And what I mean by that is that when we have a diagnosis of breast cancer, we're faced with some very difficult decisions that can be surgeries, chemotherapy, radiation, hormone therapies, all different medications that we have to take, and for how long we take them, right? It can affect, obviously, it affects our body, it affects our life, it affects our loved ones, and it can have a long-term effect on our life as well. But here's a sticking point. If we aren't careful to realize that even in that position where we're faced with very difficult choices, the decision is ours. We are empowered to make a decision. They may be a couple of really crappy decisions and a couple of really crappy choices. A crappy choice is saying to someone, hey, you have cancer, you could choose to die or have your breast cut off and go through chemotherapy. Now, there are other choices. I'm being dramatic and, giving that as an example. You can choose alternative treatments. Some people do. Some people find that to be a place of too much risk, too high of a risk. I know that's how I felt. As much as I love natural therapies, when I was diagnosed with breast cancer, I wanted complementary therapies, right? I wanted the traditional scientifically proven treatments, as well as the complementary treatments that I do for myself with herbal support and meditation and food and lifestyle and all of that. Okay. So we have those choices, but they're not always great choices, right? But the problem comes in where we tell ourselves we don't have a choice, or we use the phrase, and you may hear yourself use this phrase, cancer did this to me, or this is what happened to my life because of cancer. And so I want to dig into that a little more because it's a really powerful, subtle, but important shift to make in the way we think about whether or not we are empowered or have any kind of control over our lives and breast cancer treatment.